hello. I haven't been here in a while. Hey, dishing with Des, T. Trisha. Hey, listen, this is going to be a good one, and everyone can participate. We have to follow closely to what happened. I told you I was going to start covering some crimes, true crime stories, and this is one. I want to stick with missing persons because something is happening in our communities, and I don't even know if we're aware of it. Now, this first story I'm going to do, I will do uploads after this. I have been working my buns off. I have not been around um, because I have really been working trying to do this edited. But I want you to listen to this story, and then we're going to get into it. Now, I believe with this missing young girl that it was foul play. Her mother believes that as well, but let's get into it. I was going to wait for a few more people to come, but whoever they could catch the replay. I don't know. I believe StreamYard just told me I was out of storage, so it may not record this. But anywho, let's get into it.
Gary woman. They say no one has heard from 23-year-old Ariana Taylor since Saturday night. She told her family she was going out with friends. Police found Taylor's crashed car Sunday in a wooded area off of I-65, but no one was in that car. About a dozen people helped with the search today.
Just looking in these wooded areas, it's kind of hard because there's so much to cover and only so many people are out here.
Taylor's mother says she's been receiving taunting text messages, and her family suspects foul play. Police have conducted searches with canines, helicopters, and dive teams. They also checked area hospitals, but there's been no sign of Taylor.
Now, I want you to keep your eye because the young man in the yellow coat is her son's father, but we'll get to that. Now, it's so many twists and turns to this story, as well as the other story that I was doing with Alexis Ware. I had to give up on that story because it's so many twists and turns. I couldn't keep up. I would need a team to gather all the information. It went down a deep rabbit hole. And I do have somebody working with me when we start doing these. She's going to help me do the research, because when you start doing these crime stories, and especially missing persons, you really want to catch every detail. So that's why I asked you all here to help me today to figure this one out. That's the young man is the baby's daddy. Ariana went missing on August the 6th, 2022. She left her home on a Saturday night, told her mother that she was going out with friends and she would be back. According to the news, she took the baby over to the father's house. So the baby had the father, right? But here's the craziest thing is that she went missing after that. And so I want to play a couple of clips so you guys can follow closely why I think is foul play and her mother think is foul play as well. And this first clip, that was the news. And here's the second clip that I want you guys to listen closely to.
First knew something was wrong. Early Sunday morning, Gary police found Taylor's SUV mangled and impaled with fence posts, but they say no one was inside.
Had to be doing 80 plus miles an hour. Did not look like that individual used the brakes at all. It went down into a ravine and it came to a stop, had flat tires. Why was she being chased? Was she just intoxicated? We're not sure.
Since it was empty, investigators can't be sure Ariana was driving the SUV at the time.
The keys were not in the vehicle. The second phone that the family says that she has is not, we don't have.
Her bloody blue jean torn pants and the allegedly Air Force Ones, it looked like my daughter was being chased off this expressway right here.
Her mom says Taylor had gone out with girlfriends Saturday night.
I have a hunch of foul play.
Now, that's her mother saying she has a hunch of foul play, and I'll tell you why I do too. Because from what I've seen and the research I've done, it looked like she went out with the girlfriends and something may have happened. And the girlfriends are scared to tell what had happened. And when you think about it, when you look at the vehicle, and I'm going to upload a picture of the vehicle, The way the vehicle is damaged is no way in hell anyone was in that vehicle and got out of it safe. The way her clothes was placed in one of the locations, again, it looked like the clothes were placed, and I'll get to that. It doesn't look like this girl was in that vehicle at all. Like they say, the friends said they drove her home, and I'm going to play a clip of that later. These friends she was with were really not her friends. Come to find out, when the sister and her true friends start questioning the girl she had been out with, they were not real friends of hers. Now, why she was out with them, I don't know. Like I said, I have a lot of questions here. I don't know why she was out with these girls if they weren't true friends. So were these girls prompt, or did they set her up? Did they set her up, take her out on the date, or, ask to go out, and something took place, and now these young girls are scared to say anything? So they questioned the young girls. One of the girls said, "Oh no, I dropped her off. I dropped her off at the front desk." So they said, well, who was at the gate? Because apparently you can't get in the gate. And she said, "Oh well, I just know it was a guy." So they said, "Well, how the guy look? What the guy look like?" The girl, you could tell, apparently was hiding something and was afraid. And I think I have that video with them talking. I want to get that video, but I have so many queued up in here, and y'all know I ain't the best at this. So let me hit this, and I think is this one. Let's see. Let me try this one. No, I can see which ones I'm queuing up, so give me a minute. Right here. So listen to this video. Oh, did I queue it up and now it took me out of? Okay. Oh, you know what? I can't play it. Ooh, I can't play it, you guys. Damn it. I can't play it for some reason. So, oh God. But anyhow, I'm going to upload it. I'm going to upload it so you guys could see them questioning these young girls who they had been out with, supposedly Ariana had been out with. Now, I think what happened, this is just me, and like I said, I think it's deeper than this. We have to stay focused, you guys. There's a lot of our women and women of color missing, and they missing for certain reasons. And a lot of these cases go cold because, believe it or not, I'm just going to touch on a couple of things. I'm not going to say too much about it because I don't want them to flag my channel. But when you think about how valuable we are, the parts in our body, how valuable they are to someone else, you know that they do harvesting. So they do this harvesting, but now the average person like you and I don't have the money to buy whatever parts they need to survive. So I don't know if a lot of our missing girls in these communities, they are in certain communities, and the majority of the time, the demographic area is, I want to say, poor, depressed area. It's not a well-to-do area where they snatch these women from. So when they go missing like that, it makes me wonder if some people well-connected, higher up, much powerful, has anything to do with a lot of our missing women. Now, in this case, I believe there was foul play. I believe something happened to Ariana with her friends. Her friends are scared to tell it, so they covering it up. But I do believe that. Thank you, Vernell. I do believe they know what happened, but this is what I think happened. Now, just listen to this. Now, all this is alleged. I haven't spoken to anyone. I don't know much other than my research, but what I think happened is they were out together. They were out together. I don't know if this young girl who called Ariana to go out with them, that the sister said wasn't a friend, so she don't know why she effed with her anyway. I don't know if they called Ariana to go out to set her up for someone else. That's what it seems like to me. Vernell, you can engage anytime. It seems like they set her up, took her out to a club. Now, this is just me. This is my hypothesis. And what they did was someone might have put something in that girl's drink. One friend says she wasn't drinking. She only had wine because she was on medication. She was on antibiotics. And on antibiotics, you're not supposed to be drinking. The other friend said she was intoxicated. So, what I believe is that someone in that environment, and this is just me, could have possibly slipped something in her drink. And those girls know. And those girls either was a part of it, they led her there, because I don't believe in my mind that she was ever in that vehicle. No way that girl was driving that vehicle. And I'm going to find this video because it's on here, but I didn't know how to put them in order. Miss Teavalocity is just getting the hang of this. But if not, I'm going to upload a video after this, and it will show you the car. Is no way possible that this kid was in this car, or anyone in this car was survived. No way. It looked like a pole went through the front window, but one side of the car is severely damaged, and the front is severely damaged, and the other side looks just like as if it was brand new. Now, how could that happen? Oh, okay. So Vernell saying they're part of her disappearance. I believe that. I believe those girls may have been in cahoot, took her to this club, and I don't know if Ariana if she wasn't their friend, why did she trust to go with them? Why did she even trust to go anywhere with them if she really wasn't their friend? If they really wasn't her friends, I can understand that, but I do believe that these girls have something to do with it. And I'm telling you, I'm going to play this clip. I got to find this clip. You guys just please hang in there. Lord, I don't know why. Okay, you know what I could do? Tell me if you guys could see this. Okay, let me know if you could see this.
Messages was deleted from the girl that was driving phone. They messages,
you could hear
and her phone said all the way from Thursday. It wasn't nothing after Thursday. The other girl who she was in the car with said that when they was talking or whatever, planning to go out or whatever, they was texting. When we went through her phone, there wasn't no text messages between her, Ari, or nobody else besides that she was with. One of the girls said that she was drinking wine and she couldn't drink hard liquor because she was on antibiotics. And the other girl said that she was drunk. That she was drinking, but she wasn't drunk. Then they said at first Ari wasn't drunk. Then the other girl said she was drunk as hell. Then I don't even think they went out. I don't think they went out either, because at first the girl told me that they never went nowhere because whatever club they went to had overcapacity. Oh. They both telling different stories as if they wasn't all in the same car. They telling stories as if they both was in separate cars and like they was just following each other or something like that. They both got different stories to tell, like literally. Both of them is saying something different, and that's what made me say that something.
Okay. You guys couldn't hear that? Oh my gosh, you can't hear it. Oh, I'm so mad with myself. Hi, Pandy. Well, anywho, that was the girlfriend saying that she was never with them. Let me see. Oh man, you guys couldn't hear it? And I just thought I was jamming, honey. I thought y'all could hear it. Wow, you couldn't hear it. But anyhow, I'm gonna upload this iPod. Oh, she said you could hear it. Well, I didn't. Diva, I thought you said you couldn't hear it, baby. Okay, so you heard the girlfriend. Okay, you heard her true girlfriend who was out there on the search with a questioning this other young girl. You heard her say they had different stories. Well, let me tell you about the different stories. The girl who was saying that she dropped Ari off and they caught her in a lie. She said she dropped her off. It was a man at the gate. They said, well, we gonna go and see who the guy is. She couldn't think of how he looked or anything when they was questioning her. When the sister of Ari and her friend, this young lady right here, whose voice you heard, was questioning the girl, She wasn't sure what time she had dropped her off. All she knew is that she dropped her off. I think that's pretty strange. So, like I said, they are a part of this. I believe that is staged. They know what exactly happened. They are afraid, or like Vernell said earlier, they're not afraid. They are part of it. Well, here's the craziest thing, you guys. All of them deleted their social media. They deleted the social media. So I tried to look up the social media to see what type of back and forth, messages they had on social media. They deleted it. But what's even stranger, because I said, look at the father. I don't know if the father have anything, the baby's father, is he private his Facebook as well. So that's real strange to me. So I believe that Ariana, unfortunately, I don't want to believe this, but I don't believe that Ariana is missing. I think she's no longer here with us. She was set up by these young girls. And here's the good thing. These young girls are scared. So they will eventually start talking. Now let's look at the evidence, because this what blew me too. This is now, I want to show you guys this. I want to show you this evidence right here. So take a look at that. Now, they said Ari was wearing a red shirt. This may not be the red shirt. She had on cutoff jeans, and she was last seen with red and white tennis shoes. Now, right here, she has on a red and white pair of Air Force One. She has on what I would consider those cut up jeans and the red shirt. I don't know if this was her that night. I'm just assuming that this may have been her that night and she took a picture, or this could have been another night. They didn't say exactly what type of red shirt she had. But look over at the tennis shoes. These are not the same tennis shoes. So if this is the way she was dressed that night, then those are not the tennis shoes. And if you look closely, those clothes are placed somewhere. It's not as if someone was doing something to her and they pulled off her clothes and threw it. Those clothes look like they was placed. Do they look like they was placed down to you properly? Now, they are cut up jeans. They are jeans, but they're not the same jeans that she has on. So I don't know if this was the outfit she had on. Maybe Vernell could tell us, because Vernell says she's from there and she's kind of familiar with this case. But if not, that looked like it was staged to me. It looked like somebody took those clothes and placed them there. I don't know. Does it look like that to you? You wouldn't think somebody who was in a scuffle or had something to do, that when you pull their clothes off, you just throwing their clothes. The clothes are blood stained as well, but they're not the same sneakers. And the mom said allegedly she had on Air Force Ones. The mother wasn't sure. She used the term allegedly. Right. They look like Jordans. They said she had on a pair of Air Force Ones, I believe. And those are red and white. So I'm not sure. Like I said, I believe that this was staged. Whatever happened outside of that club. When Ari came out of that club, I don't know if these girls if they truly weren't her friend, were they luring her somewhere so other people could do something to her? Or they all did it together. And that's why they deleted their social media pages, so you couldn't track them. Now, the mother is requesting, because Gary, Indiana police, they did have a search in helicopters, dog canines, and on foot. People have been searching on feet. People have been searching for her, but you have no signs of Ariana Taylor. So that lets me know that perhaps that car may have been going, because you see what it says. It says she was last seen wearing a red sweater. Okay, so they said red sweater, cut up blue jeans, and a red and white Nike Air Force Ones. Those are not Nike Air Force Ones. Those are not Nike Air Force Ones. No. What she have on her feet, I believe, and correct me. Okay, Marvo is saying no. Okay, so somebody placed those clothes there. So to me, someone staged this whole setup to look like she was in that vehicle, but the police specifically said it was no way she was in that vehicle. They have no signs of her ever being in the vehicle as a driver, perhaps. Now, I don't want to let it go as she wasn't in the vehicle just because they didn't find no keys, no phone, no purses, no clothes, no sign of her. Someone could have removed those things before they put that car wherever it was. That car was damaged total. I don't even see how someone continued to drive that car to wherever they drove it to. And then if it went over the ravine, the way they say, the police officer said, they found a Chevy Trailblazer that Taylor drove, crashed in a ravine Sunday off Interstate 65 near the interchange with Interstate 80. After a passerby called it in as a suspicious vehicle, no one was inside. It appears that the SUV was going 80 miles per hour or more, and that whoever was driving didn't hit the brakes while traveling down into the ravine. The SUV also had flat tires. Now, there's a lot to this story, you guys. There's a lot of players in this story, just like the Lexus Ware. The Lexus Ware had just so many twists and turns. So is this one. But I am sticking to what I really believe, that, hey, Midnight Star Baby, that someone set this girl up and they did the unthinkable to her. They did the unthinkable to her because, like I said, the vehicle, if it was traveling at 80 miles per hour and it even hit the ravine, if it tumbled over, then it would be damaged on all sides, basically, because it would have tumbled, right? So you would have got some dents, because everything down there was like rocks. They had old basins down there. They had bed mattresses. They walked the ravine. And you gonna tell me that one side of that car is just as new, but the other side, all the windows are broken out? It looked like a street pole went through the front of it. No one, to me, I don't know, you guys. I can't explain it. I really wish I could. I don't believe anyone was driving the vehicle. And I know that shit sound crazy, right? Let me see what Marvel's saying, because Marvel is saying a lot. Those are not Nikes on that girl feet. It looks more like a white PYR sneaker with gray on the side and more like Jordans. Okay, love. Thank you. Listen, I don't know. And that's not a sweater. That's more like a see-through shirt. Yeah, I said the clothes aren't the same. So yeah, when I read it, the clothes aren't the same. I corrected that, Marvel. I really did correct that, okay? Because I said this may not have been the outfit she was wearing, but I'm not even sure what sneakers on her feet. But even if she was wearing these clothes right here, it still looked like somebody placed those clothes there. Don't you? Do you guys think that, or am I just thinking that? Does it look like those clothes was placed there, or perhaps someone could have made her take them clothes off? Okay, thank you. I appreciate that. Okay, thank you. Okay, can you see it when I zoomed in? Oh, okay. I see now. Thank you. Yeah, I saw. Thank you so much for bringing that to my attention. But do you guys agree? Hey, Tita. Hey, Aisha. Thanks for joining. Do you think that those clothes, even if she was told to take off your clothes, hurry up, take off your clothes, so somebody else would do the other unthinkable thing to her, I don't think they would have sat like that. Let me try to pull up this other clip. Oh, I'm not doing too good with the clips, and I was practicing. I ran it before I got on here. Ain't that something? I ran it before I got on here. Let's see. This is her mother.
First knew something was wrong. Early Sunday morning, Gary police found Taylor's SUV mangled and impaled with fence posts, but they say no one was inside.
Had to be doing 80 plus miles an hour. Did not look like that individual used the brakes at all. It went down into a ravine and it came to a stop.
Now, you see what I'm talking about? You see how the other side of that vehicle looked just as fresh? Did you guys see the video? Just tell me you saw it. Did you see it? Hello, somebody here help us out. Did y'all see that video? Did y'all see it? Why would the dirt be similar on both shoes? I don't know. It's the weirdest thing to me. That's why I said I don't know. I'm just saying what I believe from the research that I've done and watched everything. Look at that vehicle. Does that look like a vehicle that was going 80 miles per hour and tumbled over into a ravine? It does look like, oh, went a little fast. Okay, I'll play it again, y'all. Watch this again. Because I want y'all to know that I got a copyright strike for this, but I'm gonna play it again.
First knew something was wrong. Early Sunday morning, Gary police found Taylor's SUV mangled and impaled with fence posts, but they say no one was inside.
Had to be doing 80 plus miles an hour. Did not look like that individual used the brakes at all. It went down into a ravine and it came to a stop, had flat tires. Why was she being chased? Was she just intoxicated? We're not sure.
Since it was empty, investigators can't be sure Ariana was driving the SUV at the time.
The keys were not in the vehicle. The second phone that the family says that she has is not, we don't have.
Her bloody blue jean torn pants and the allegedly Air Force Ones, it looked like my daughter was being chased off this expressway right here.
Her mom says Taylor had gone out with girlfriends Saturday night.
I have a hunch of foul play.
Now, why would her mother say her allegedly Air Force Ones? That sent up a red flag for me too when she said alleged Air Force One she had on. So I'm not sure whoever gave that description to the police for missing persons that they knew exactly what she had on. But is it me, you guys? Do you think that vehicle was not damaged enough unless somebody sideswiped the hell out of it? And remember that those broken windows and the dents like that and the front was mangled up like that. Remember, that was the driver's side. That wasn't the passenger side. So I'm just trying to get help here. Something just don't seem right. I believe, this is just me, I believe what happened at the club. I believe she was in there with those girls. Perhaps they were setting her up. She only drank wine the first time, but perhaps she could have had a drink and someone put something in her drink. A date great, I ain't gonna say the words, drug in her drink, drug her, took her out, put her in that car, and from there, and I think those girls was a part of it. But now, were they there when they did whatever they did to her? That's the question. Were they with the people who did something to her, or did they just help the people get her to that destination, and the rest, the people who ever did what the unthinkable to her? Because again, I can't believe that she is any longer with us. I hate to think that. I pray, like her mother said, all she do but want them to return her daughter to her whatever way so she can have closure. They have been hunting for days and searching for days, searching that area, and no one is able to find anything for her. Hold on. You girls just hold on. Now let me see what the heck is going on here. I'm mad that I can't get my bandy cap to work. Let's share that one. Let's see if this one works.
Bend, it goes all the way around all this area, all that wooded marshland shit. Under the highway, nobody's gonna find you unless they are actively looking for you. I don't even come back this far. And I just go there, I've walked this whole area. I've walked all over there. I flipped that box ring over, like I'm looking. And then somebody car left from up there, going that way. That's the northbound, and said landed over there. But you see all this. They didn't have no cops out here for 2 days. Now look at the get along gang. Everybody want to show the fuck up now. Lake County, Lake Station, Gary. Now everybody want to show the fuck up 2 days later. Chicks been missing 2 days, man. This little dude's mama been missing 2 days. They say a car left from up there and fell down here.
Isn't that crazy? Hold on, y'all. I'm trying to stop
they
that
already
video.
Over there talking about the tracks are old and the scene is contaminated because we had a dozen or so people out here trying to search for this lady. And now they talking about that the tracks are old and the scene is contaminated. Because now we out here walking around. Why y'all wasn't out here 2 days ago? Friday night when that chick went missing. It's Monday.
Isn't that crazy? Now listen. Yeah, they had the K9s out there. They had people on foot patrol, her family, friends. The mother pleaded for people to come out there and help her. The father came from Detroit. They have had people out there, but it's such a large place to cover. But yes, they had the K9. They had helicopters out there. So someone is out there. They were out there searching for her. The mother is also still searching for her. So they have people helping them but no signs of her. You see what I mean? There's no signs of her. So the mom asked that they check the pings to her phone. According to the news, they are still working on this case. They haven't let this case go on. It's different from the Alexis Ware case. Haven't heard anything more about that other than people on social media. Hey, TT, I spoke to you today in your chat, but you were talking. So they need to look for black trash bags. I think they are looking for as many clues as they can. But here's the deal. Listen, you guys, I know sometimes I get into this conspiracy, but when my spirit tell me something, I just leave with that. Now, I believe whoever did it, they know what they're doing. Perhaps it was someone or the people who did whatever they did to her. Those young girls assisted them. They don't have the knowledge to stage anything. And to me, like I said, it looks staged. The vehicle looks staged. The pants look staged. It just don't look real to me. Let me read what they say. You know what? Forensic science will definitely be able to come to some kind of conclusion when they take the vehicles in to do the forensic inspection. You are absolutely right. Now, the girls, why would they, you guys just help me out with this shit. Why would they delete their social media? The girl said that Ari's friend said they deleted their social media. I went over to look at the social media. One girl, now I don't know if this is associated with this case, but listen, one girl said that her knuckles were swollen and broken. And that I believe that was one of the girls who was supposedly be Ariana's friend, allegedly. Now, I'm not saying her knuckles were swollen. The baby daddy had a cut on his hand. I said that joker looked strange to me anyway from the beginning. Now, listen, I'm not going to sit here and judge people on how they show their emotions, but when you love somebody or you have a connection with some, you show some sort of emotions. I just didn't see that with this guy. I saw that young girl who they was questioning, who was lying. The stories didn't corroborate at all on the time she had dropped her supposedly off at the house. So I think she a little suspect, because she couldn't think, and you could see her shaking because those girls was on her. So you could see her shaking. Let me see. Well, let me show y'all how they question her. Now I got it up here. I just gotta find the damn thing. Hold on, y'all. Y'all know Miss T ain't. So let's see. Bandicam. Let me see if this one. No, that's the friend. This one. Listen to, here it is. Let me know if y'all could hear it.
The tires was flat, but I don't know if they say that's from the impact. That's the right back one was flat. The right back tire was flat. I don't know if that was from it never slid or what.
Did y'all hear what this cat said? Did you hear what he said? Let me play this. Let me see if I could play this again. Did you hear him say? No, let me get this one out again. Let me play this. Hold on. Let me try to play this again. I don't want to read. Okay, let me just do it again. Listen to what this guy said. Yep, you heard it? Okay, oh, you heard that. Listen to what he say when he talk about the flat tires. I don't know if, try to catch the second part that he said. I don't know if it was when, this is why I said, nah, some shit just ain't right here. Hold on. Which one? Did I play that one? Nope, that one. I could see it so good. I could see it. Listen to this, you guys. Listen real close.
The tires was flat, but I don't know if they say that's from the impact. That's the right back one was flat. The right back tire was flat. I don't know if that was from it never slid or what.
Did y'all hear what he said? Did anybody catch what he said? He said, I don't know if that's from the back tire. Let me, y'all please help me hear this. No, you guys got to hear it. I don't think you heard, because that's why I said this dude too is a little suspect. Listen again and listen to it closely. Listen to this closely. He a little suspect. You can't hear it clear? Let me make sure my thing is up though. Yeah, it's up. Just listen.
The tires was flat, but I don't know if they say that's from the impact. That's the right back one was flat. The right back tire was flat. I don't know if that was from it never slid or what.
I don't know if it's from her hitting our shit. And he caught himself. I don't know. The back tires was flat. I don't know if that's from her hitting our or the impact. I had to play that thing, you guys, at least 10 times to hear it clear. I don't know if that's from her hitting our. So, was someone chasing her, or was she chasing someone? What really happened? What really happened? I don't think it happened the way they said it happened. I truly believe that those people had something. I believe he has something to do. Allegedly, now I have no proof. I haven't spoken to these people. It's not like I'm working on this case as a law enforcer or anything like that. Is the fact that sometimes when people talk, they talk too much. And if you let them talk, they'll tell on themselves. And I believe those girls who was in cahoots to lure Ariana wherever they lured her to the bar, they knew someone put something in her drink, or either they did allegedly, because that's what I believe what happened. And with one of those ape drugs, you get knocked out. You're knocked out. That's what I believe happened. and whoever took over from there. That's her sister. The one in the red jacket is her sister. That's I don't know if I played that clip for you, but let me see, because I told you Steve had the clip. She just got to know how to cue them up. Now, this is the sister and them questioning this little girl in the bonnet who I said looks nervous. Now, let me see. Let me see. No, that's the friend. Let me see what this is, y'all. Let's see what this is. I'm trying to work it.
I just searched all of.
Oh, no. That ain't the one I want. Sorry, you guys. That ain't the one. So let's just delete that one. That's not the one. Let me try to bring up the other one. Something just ain't right, y'all, in this case. And it doesn't take a rocket scientist to see that they set this baby up. And I don't believe that she's here. I believe they probably, shit, I don't even want to think about it. They probably did the unthinkable to this kid. And is this it? No, that's the one. No, I don't think I loaded it, you guys. I apologize, but I'm gonna do an upload after this. I just wanted to come on here and discuss this with you guys because this is still fresh and new. She still hasn't been found. So let me see what you all are saying. I'm gonna drop the link later. It doesn't take long to get phone pings. Yeah, they looking. The mother asked her to ask them to please get phone pings. Now the last ping that the last time it pinged 40 minutes away from this location where they found her truck at, her SUV. It pinged 40 miles away from there. So see what I mean? So they did something to her somewhere else and they brought all that stuff over to another location. That's what I believe. Am I the only one believing that? And there's more to it. I'm going to upload a video because somehow I can't open. I mean, I have like 10 videos up here to open, and I don't know what the heck is going on. Was it 3 girls? I only heard one talking, and she was the one that the sister and her true friends was questioning. And the sister said to her, "You don't even F with Ari, so I don't know why you was out with her anyway." And then the girl was shaking, and she was kind of inconsistent with her story. She was trying to talk, but she felt threatened. But the girl had like a nonchalant attitude. So Ari family and friends was pressing her, so she looked hell of a nervous. Yeah, Pandy, yeah, something is not right. Hey, Tony, thanks for joining me, baby. Let me see, Marvo. This is absolutely crazy. If that car incident happened there and the car was flipped, then they will have stuff out that was in the car. Stuff would flip out and will be in the area. And if there's not, that's why I say, Marvo, I'm glad you're here, because that's the reason why I have come to the conclusion that those scenes were staged. Stuff would have flipped out the car. I would think if a car tumbled, it would have had damage, maybe not the same amount of damage on the driver's side as the passenger side. All the damage was on the passenger side. Did you guys notice that in the car video? It was fast because I tell you, they don't want you really using their clips. I'm going to give them credit at the end in the description box. I don't know if I did, but they did copyright claim me when I tried to upload it. So I've been trying to work around there, but there's really no portion of a video you could use unless you use it like this. Now, they probably won't copyright claim on this one is because I'm using the clips and I'm talking through them. So it should be covered by Section 107 Copyright Act of 1976 because I'm talking through the video. I'm just using it to, inform, teach, or parody or whatever. Then the incident did not occur there. It didn't, Marvel. It did not occur there. It didn't occur there. That stuff was put there. Is something definitely off. And I would think that those girls probably is so afraid of whomever did something or them that they will tell soon. If you press them hard enough and the police get them and interrogate them, you know how they can interrogate. Perhaps they'll tell what really happened to her. Again, my summation is that she was somewhere with these girls. Someone put something into her drink, and from there they did whatever they wanted to do with her. So, where's the damage to the overpass suggested the car went over? Exactly. See, Aisha, we don't see all that. And then they said today, if you heard what the lady who was combing the area said, she said they already talking about the tire tracks are too old. I don't think it traveled down there. If it tumbled over into a ravine, then how did it move forward? I don't know. Who was driving a car 80 miles per hour? And if is anything like I think, she surely wasn't driving it at all. She was set up, Miss T. Yes, she was. She was set up. Unfortunately, I don't know why. If they weren't her friends, she even went out with them. That's where her sisters and her friends are baffled. Did you hear what her friend said? I think I played the recording of the friends saying that they telling different stories. One says she was drunk, the other says she wasn't. One said they had talked to her Thursday or some other day, but the last time they had talked to her, one of them said they had talked to her that Saturday, but they took the girl's phone. And when they looked into the girl's phone, they hadn't had a conversation that Saturday. They had a conversation Thursday. But the girl says she spoke to Ari that day. So you see what I mean? There's a lot of inconsistencies. It looked like a setup to me. Look, Marvel, yeah, I think the car was just placed there, but I don't think the killing happened there. Me either. And I hate to say that, but I don't know. I'm not Sherlock Holmes, but when you look at some things, it just doesn't look right to you. This just didn't look right with me. And this case I have been watching. Like I said, the other case that I was working on, Alexis Ware, it got so dark, so weird, so twisted, I had to leave it alone. It would have took a team of me to put together some stuff that people were putting together. And I don't have that team and I don't have that time. Hey, Dr. Cat, what's going on, baby? Yes, he said the tires were flat, the right tire in the back. I don't know if that was from her hitting us or something like that, or he caught himself. Hey, really big. The friends claimed the club was over 40 minutes away. See? So, Tony, there you go. If the club was 40 minutes away, whatever happened to Ari happened to her outside that club, I believe. Some things took place in the club and it continued on, because the last time that her phone ping was 40 minutes away. And they said they couldn't even get in the club, right, Tony? Because it was over capacity. So if you didn't get in the club, where were you guys if you wasn't in the club? Did they take the dogs to the last ping? Oh, I don't know. I have to follow it up. So far, I don't have any other information. They're not releasing. I think they still are investigating. Hopefully this won't go as a cold case. But the reason why I'm trying to really keep these stories on the forefront. Now, I have a lot of ones that didn't end up so well. And I just don't want to bring that because I don't want it to be a sad, dark, gloomy place, my channel. You know, if I work on some of the missing ones, is a possibility that we can have a happy ending. So that's why I don't want to work on all those, but I will work on some other ones because it's a lot to them. They also said they took her to where her car was and she got in it and drove away. I think they should keep checking the surveillance cams. Yeah, it's no way, Tony, she got in that car. It's no way that girl got in that car and drove that car like that, because if she would have and she would have wrecked, you would think, well, I don't know, you could hit an embankment or something and it'll total one side of your car. But where did she get out and walk to? Now, I have another piece to this, and I'll try to do a part 2 to it the more I get, because the baby's daddy, uncle, was involved. Now, listen to this. Allegedly, he's been missing because he was involved in unthinkable with someone who's no longer here as well. It's weird that he came back. Now, he came back when he heard what happened to her. Somehow he popped up again. But here's the craziest thing. He said, now listen, quote, allegedly, again, I haven't spoken to these people. This is through news outlets, social media, and some research that I've done, right? He said he noticed 10 o'clock at night, because this is where I think this is getting sticky too, with the baby daddy and the uncle. He said 10 o'clock, he noticed at night there was a car. He was passing by, and in that area, there was a car stopped there, and a young lady was outside. And now listen, because I want you to follow this, because remember they saying she had a flat tire. You heard baby daddy say, I don't know, she had a flat tire. I don't know if that was before she hit, and he stopped, right? So, anywho, he said the lady had a flat tire. Now, this is the baby's daddy uncle who was suspected of doing the unthinkable, and the girl is no longer here, right? He said that he noticed a lady outside of the car, but the reason why he didn't stop was because he had kids in the car. So he didn't stop to help this lady who was stranded, who appeared to have a flat tire. He noticed her, but he didn't stop because he had kids in the car. And as soon as he reached his destination, he heard about Ari. Now, what does that sound like to you? Yeah, they're going to have to stay on top of this period. I think they really to find those phones, because if somebody has some kind of danger, most likely they're going to pick up the phone and call somebody. Yeah. But listen, Marvo, thanks for helping me out, because I want to say that too. I thought, well, damn, if she was in any kind of danger, couldn't she have picked up a phone and called them? Now, listen, if somebody puts something in your drink, you know how they say those ape drugs work. They put something in your drink, and from there, you become somewhat unconscious. So how would you be able to call anyone if that's what happened? That's what I believe happened. They slipped a Mickey in that girl's drink, and then they continue on. I don't believe she got in a fight in the club, else they would have released that. I believe they probably did something to her drink, and after that, immediately you become sick and unconscious, and it's easy for people to take you somewhere and do something to you. They said there was no blood in the car. Yeah, I honestly think she stopped somewhere by herself. For some reason, I don't think it was anyone she knows. Really? Okay, so if it wasn't anyone she knows, okay, Tony, I got that. Then why are those girls lying? Why are their stories inconsistent? And why did they delete their social media page? Now, I could say the social media page, maybe perhaps they thought they was going to be harassed a long time about this, or did they delete it because they don't want something to be seen on there? I don't know. Yeah, it looks bad. They deleted it. Why? Marvel, preach, sister, preach. And he does look kind of disoriented. Look at his clothing and look kind of shoveled, like he knows something. Yeah, he was involved. I do believe that, y'all, allegedly. I have to say that because I don't want anybody to try to attack me. But I do believe in my heart of hearts that he has something to do with, or he knows. The last two cases that I was researching, remember I told you about Ariana. This is Ariana, and then Alexis. Both of them was trying to get away or dissolve their relationship with their baby daddies. Now, this dude, Ariana's baby daddy, is known as a bad boy as well. And so was Alexis Ware baby daddy, known as a bad boy. They say this one, Ariana's baby daddy, is notorious as the same thing they said about TJ, Alexis' baby. So, oh, I'm so far behind reading. I'm sorry, y'all. Let me catch up. Oh, God, I am. I'm sorry, you guys. Oh, Lord have mercy. Yeah. That's why they deleted the Facebook, because usually young people talk too much. And that's what I said. I think if they get them in an interrogation room, Marvel, I believe that what will happen is they will crack. They will crack, because the young lady that I said, she looked really nervous when the sisters was about to stick it to her ass. She looked nervous. No, I dropped her off, and they said, well, you can't get in the gate. So who did you? I just dropped her off the gate. Somebody's on. They said, well, who was up there? Who was up there? She said, a guy, some man. They said, oh, some man. So the boy said, well, how the man look? She said, because I believe that's the chick who Ari went with, and she has something to do with it. That's just me, allegedly. I'm so far behind, you guys. I'm sorry, I can't catch up. It's a crazy story, and I'm going to try to do an upload. I have been editing, working on this, but again, you have to do it a certain way so they won't copyright. And when I uploaded it, immediately I got the copyright from ABC. So if you do it this way and you talk through it, most likely you won't get a copyright, not a copyright strike, a copyright claim. You know, when you show the news clippings and stuff. The rest of it I can use because it's other people's commentary as well. Because we saw the girlfriend commentary. We heard her. Yeah, it is a crazy story. And I feel sad for this young lady because, you know, you don't really know who your friends are nowadays. You don't know. You think you going out to get a, you know, to have a good time, and all of a sudden you end up in a jam. They could have been jealous of this young girl, you know. Let me tell you something. She used to braid hair. I looked on her Facebook. She used to braid hair, and she used to braid. I'm talking about she slayed the girl's hair. So it could have been a thing of jealousy. You know, it could have been they now mess with the baby daddy, and they didn't want her around. You know, the little boy was left with him for that day. I hope the mom has the son now in her custody, or, you know, with her. Like I said, the mom, here's the mom, a video of the mom. My heart goes out.
Hey, Facebook, this is Queena coming live to you at the scene of where Ariana's accident and everything was. I'm calling all people who are available, all hands on deck. If you want to, you can come out here. We about to begin a search for my daughter. Anybody that's available, you could come out. We're going to try to begin the search as a group. Anybody who is available could come out. Ariana's father just made it here from Detroit. I'm waiting on him to pull up to the scene of this location. You can share it, pass it around, and we're going to take it from here. So I'm not getting no answers, Facebook.
Unfortunately, she said, I'm not getting any answers, Facebook. So she's still reaching out to people, trying to get them to come and search. Like I said, they had the canines out there. They didn't say they found anything. They had helicopters out there, and they also had foot soldiers, and there's still no sign of her anywhere. Someone is going to tell, especially when the police separate them and flip the script. Yeah, the police will say to them, someone already gave you up. Exactly. Like I said, if they go into deep interrogation, they will crack. But I just believe that they did whatever they did to her, and they staged the scene. And then here's the craziest things, you guys. The other day, the news reported that they had found a body, and it was a body of a female. Now, this is what the news reported. When they went to search the body and dig up the body, it was a damn silicone doll. They were there crying, hugging each other, the mom, friends, family, hugging each other, thinking it was Ari. and it was a silicone doll. So I don't know if people are now beginning to do pranks. The mother says she has been taunted through text messages. So I don't know what is really going on with this one. Hey, Monty, what's happening, baby? Yeah, Monty, did you follow the story? So I don't know what's going on with this, you guys, but more and more young Black women are missing. Not just young Black women, it's young Black children as well, boys and girls. So it makes me wonder when a lot of these cases go cold, and we know right here was the setup. We know a little different here, but when they go missing and we don't hear anything from them, it makes me wonder if people with higher powers are taking our children, sex trafficking them, or either selling our little parts. I want to know more about this weird uncle. Okay, I'm going to play the uncle. I think I got the uncle here. Hold on, and just look at this turkey, and I'll tell you about him. Dang, I hope I queued it up. I mean, I have like 10 videos here, you guys, and I can't get them. Let's see. When I hit on, that's the girlfriend. That's him. So I don't know if damn, I don't think I queued the uncle up. Nope, that's it. Oh, you know what happened? That's what StreamYard was telling me. I ran out of storage. Maybe the storage was, they were warning me I was running out of storage because I had so many video clips queued up. When I started to come on and say you running out of storage, so this won't be recorded. Dr. Cat, no cuss words. What happened? Okay. Monty, I don't know where you said, but I'm going to drop this link because I think you and I. Dr. Cat, you cussing? No cuss word, girl. You know, they already don't pay me. I'm so glad to see Dr. Cat in here. So this is a crazy story, isn't it, you guys? But if you think this crazy, you should listen to the Ariana story. And then I'm going to get to the Ella Goody story. And let me tell you a little bit why I wait and see if Monty want to jump up here with me or somebody want to come up. It don't have to be. I didn't even see you cuss. She must have. Yeah. He sounds suspect. You guys, if I can't find this dang it video with him, I got to upload that video. Even if I just upload a clip of it today, I want you guys to look at him, his body language, and the words that's coming out his mouth. That's why I say if you allow a person to talk, and then he claimed he's finding all this evidence allegedly, and he's touching it all. So that will contaminate it. They wouldn't be able to use. He's finding all this stuff, baby daddy, and he's touching this stuff and moving this stuff. Supposedly he's out there searching, and somehow he find all these different things. I wish. Oh, okay, go ahead. All right, baby. Thank you. I wish that I found the clip where he even said, yeah, because the white pole was going through the windows. He was speaking about stuff that was pertaining to the car. How would he know what happened? How would he know? That's why I said I believe that little girl who was standing on the side of him might be the new little boo thing, and she helped set her up because she wanted him. Now that's what I believe. I believe a lot of stuff, y'all. I do. Because this is so strange. It's just so strange. He should have stayed his ass away from the scene. No, Aisha, he keeps going to the scene. And supposedly, at Dr. Cat, I agree, but YouTube blocked it. Oh, supposedly, he's finding some evidence and he's touching it. I'm like, why would you touch it unless you want to contaminate it? Unless you know, I don't know, because you're not supposed to touch evidence. Why can't you just call someone there and say, hey, listen, I saw this in this place and I'm right here waiting for you? But you're touching it, talking about you finding all this stuff. No, baby daddy, I think you suspect. I think that little thing that was on the side of you, she was on the side of you which was estranged, leaning up against the same car. I think y'all suspect. And what I do believe is that the Uncle Myron, who done came back into play. Now think about it. Young kids, I don't think can stage probably that well. I don't know. Some people are really talented at crimes, you know. They really talented at crime. But Uncle Myron, if he's been involved in something like this before, is a strong possibility that Uncle Myron could have helped nephew out. I'm just saying, you guys. I guess if I had all the clips, it would be clear for you to see what I'm talking about. Uncle Myron just popped back up. Did Uncle Myron pop up because nephew called him and say, "Hey, Unc, this and this went down. I need your help." Unc said, I'll be right there, dude. I know exactly what to do. Because how did Uncle see a woman on the road about 10 o'clock that night and she had a flat tire? He wasn't sure who it was, but he couldn't stop because he had the kids in his car. And as soon as he got where he was going, he heard about Ariana missing or a car accident. I'm like, nah, Unc, that ain't sitting too well with me. Yeah, I think Unc got something to do. Oh, yeah, forensic science will get them though. Yeah, I believe so, because I believe that I'm not the only one think that this was foul play. The mom think it was foul play. All the mom does, and I'm about to get off here, all she wants is either way, and it's sad and it breaks my heart to just hear her cry. Either way, she just want her daughter home so she can have closure. She said, I don't care how she's brought back. Of course, she cares. She wish she would care. She wish she would come home in one piece, and this would just have been like a dream. But I don't believe that's going to happen for her. But she just wants them to bring her daughter back to her so she can have closure. But they're hunting. They are still on the ground. And like I said, is a large territory to cover. They had the dogs out there. I don't know if they're going to take the dog. It's known that will revisit the crime scene if they can. Got to keep an eye on Unc. Yeah, just all of a sudden Unc appeared again, Monty. Yeah. And Unc has been allegedly accused of doing this to someone else. And the girl definitely released the text. I was watching Ratchet TV Media. And to me, he does pretty good. He does research, but he got a lot of people helping him. And so he was all on the social media, and people were sending him a lot of stuff because he has a big platform. Now, do I always agree with how he speak to people and things he do? Absolutely not, but it's his platform. But I must give the brother credit. He did hell of a research when it came to Alexis Ware and Ari. He started on Ari. I think he will continue, and he gets much more information than I can ever get by myself. For one, I'm not social media savvy like that, that I know to go over to this one, grab this, and people again send him a lot of stuff. So he did real good on Alexis Ware, and come to find out, yes, I gotta stop that when I see and I try to answer stuff in the chat, I get confused. But I do believe he did a good job. And the craziest thing, Monty, you won't believe this because I know you and I have been following this one. The craziest thing is it sounds like in the Alexis Ware case that she's okay. I thought that she probably was amongst the unliving, but I think this was a plot by her and her family to get her kids to get away safely. What he revealed last night made me go, oh, and that's why they probably did the $40,000 GoFundMe so they can get attorney fees. So a lot of this stuff, it has its own twists and turns to it, and it takes a lot to keep up with. I don't trust the uncle. It takes a lot to keep up with, you guys, and I just don't have the time And again, like I said, when people platforms are larger and they well known like that, and they do this, quite often, and they consistent, you start getting people to give you things, because he got a hold to court documents of the Alexis Ware case, which you normally, the documents he got, you wouldn't get unless you knew someone. So let's see what Marvel, baby daddy contaminated. Yeah, I think so. I think so, Kat. I think the uncle told him to do that. I think the uncle, it to me, it had to take someone who's professional at stage and shit, or that's real good at crimes. I don't think it was that young buck and them girls. I think it was two. I definitely think it might have been uncle and nephew that has something to do with getting rid of her, whatever. Let's see. They need to talk. They need to wait. They need to talk to that about the bouncer at every club. There's a bouncer at the bouncer would able to tell you if she left with people or she left by herself. Exactly. I don't, Marvo, you say that. I'm not even sure if this kid made it to the club, because the girlfriend, you didn't hear the girlfriend say, hold on, you didn't hear the girlfriend say that they told her that the club was over capacity, so they couldn't get into that club. So what club were they at? I'm telling you, it's strange. It's just strange. They deleted that social media page because everybody know when you do something to get on Facebook and you talk about it, exactly. And they was like, just delete your pages. Just delete. Because there's people over that has a Facebook group that's pretty large too, that's looking into this. So, and like I said, people will start talking. And then when you scared, just say for instance, when you scared, you create troll pages and you give up information under troll pages. And that's what's happening. People are giving up information. And to me, I don't know the way it sounds, is that it's solid information about this case. They know something about this case or the people involved, and they trying to lead people in that direction, but they afraid, so they done made dummy pages. You could do that. So her friend was telling the truth that she was alive. Probably so, Monty. Yep, Alexis' friend was telling the truth. She talking about Alexis Ware, y'all. We talking about two different cases. Yeah. So I believe Alexis is alive because you guys, I'm sorry, I'm answering Monty's question. Because what he showed last night was court documents trying to get custody of her little daughter, which is the Sosa's daughter, trying to get custody of her. They already have custody of TJ's son. Yep, the mother got custody of TJ's son. He showed the documents. But now they going into court trying to get custody of Sosa's daughter, the little girl, a 9-year-old girl, who no one has been able to talk to at all after the mom disappearing. So what it leads me to believe that they working together, because it had her mother's name on, her mother husband, they had her name on it, and her brother Travis as defendants, and then they had another name on it, an attorney's name. Why would she be mentioned in that if she was no longer with them? Why would she be a defendant? A missing person? I'm not sure, Mixali. That's what the friends say. Her mom says she believes she's no longer with us. Oh, yeah, she was talking about two separate cases. Okay, Monty, we mixing them up. Have a good one. Love you, baby. Okay, we mixing it up. They will crack like an egg. Yeah, they go crack like an egg. And they probably going to start interrogating them next week. I don't know. They probably doing it now. But young people, they will talk. They will talk. Older people who's kind of, this sound crazy, professional at crime, it's hard to crack them. So you guys, with that being said, what I'm going to do is I dropped the link. No one wants to come up. I don't stay on more than an hour. I started early because I was really, really tired. And I have been trying to work on these uploads. This editing is no joke. Her name would be on the suit because she's not been deemed deceased. Okay, thank you. Thank you, Aisha, for answering that. No, that's good, Aisha. I never even thought about that because she hasn't been deemed deceased. But why would they be trying to get? Oh, okay. All right, Aisha. I didn't know that. Hey, Queen, hold on. Is that you, Queen? I don't know. I don't see your picture, sis. I don't know if that's Queen Diva because I don't see her picture. But let's take a look back at this while we wait. Okay.
Scary woman. They say no one has heard from 23-year-old Ariana Taylor since Saturday night. She told her family she was going out with friends. Police found Taylor's crashed car Sunday in a wooded area off of I-65, but no one was in that car. About a dozen people helped with the search today.
Just looking in these wooded areas, it's kind of hard because there's so much to cover and only so many people are out here.
Hey, Diva, what's going on?
Nothing much. I don't know what happened to my picture, but it's me. I'm not coming on cam because I'm sitting here looking really bad.
Well, that's all right.
But it's such a strange story. So much is going on.
You
But
think this one's strange?
Yeah, so many young adults are missing, or strange things is happening to so many women, and it's so sad because they never find out what happened.
Because I think I want to. I don't know, Diva, but in my mind, for some reason, I think, and this is nothing new. It just has increased. I believe that some of it is trafficking. They snapping us up, trafficking us, and then I think some of them is our body parts harvesting. I do.
Wow, that's really deep.
Yeah, it is deep. Something is going on, not in this case, but I have a list of missing cases that has turned to cold cases. That's not right. That's not right. I don't think you can't find. And here's another thing too, you guys. And don't get me wrong when I say that. I know sometimes people just, but sometimes you don't give a damn about people in certain demographic areas, even though you take an oath. Yeah, even though you take an oath and you supposed to treat every citizen the same, you don't. Because you would think that a lot of these cases wouldn't be cold cases. They will search until they find, but I know it costs a lot, is a lot of manpower, is a lot of money for that particular state, in general. But I just can't understand when I said I have so many cold cases that I can go through and upload. But at this point in time, I think after so many days, so many weeks, so many months, it just turns into a cold case if they don't, apprehend a suspect by a certain time. Now, some of them come back up a year later, or something like that, but it's just so much is happening in so many cases like this. They just really overworked and they don't have the manpower anymore. We don't have the manpower in a lot of agencies, you guys, nowadays, especially with this C-19. We don't have the manpower that we need to do the jobs that we need to do.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Well, her mom seemed a little calm though to me.
No, her mother ain't calm. No, that lady been crying. She
Okay.
no, the mother for sure. This ain't this ain't the case, Alexis Ware case, where come to find out, it wasn't even her mother on the news, Diva. Did I tell you?
It was the aunt.
It was the aunt. Now, why would your sister impose as you?
I don't know. I couldn't figure that one out.
Yeah, the sister, and you got people thinking that it's you're the mother and you're the sister. You're not even the mother out there looking for your daughter. So, like I said, that case took a lot of strange turns. It was a deep rabbit hole. I had to get up out of it. It was driving me crazy. Let me read these. So,
I'm about to leave, Tiva. I just jumped up just to give you a little support. But I'm going back to the chat, sis.
Thank you, baby girl. Want me to put you down? Or no, you know how to get down.
Yes, I do. Thank you.
Okay, so do
Yeah.
I. Unfortunately, it's hard to get this generation to believe these things really happen. Yes, Aisha, and another thing, you don't hear enough about it. That's why when I start following it, I haven't even been over here to be honest with you. I decided to direct all my energy over there, and then I will, do other things, do a live every now and then. But I really want to do that because it's so much of it happening. But a lot of times we get so damn distracted by other stuff that we don't see shit that's happening right in front of our eyes. No one, you got a couple of channels now. You got YouTube channels that do this, but you don't hear it in the news. You may hear a little bit about it and then it fades away. And what happened? Out of sight, out of mind to most people. And we don't think now the families and friends, I'm sure, think about it more than we, just average people, or the community ever thinks about. That's why it's so important that when these stories are done, because you like that, you never know what people and where people and who will be watching you, who, what, and where they're from. And they're watching you, like that lady dropped down and said, I'm from South Carolina. Now, I've never seen that person before in this chat. She ain't say nothing else, but I'm from South Carolina and they are part of her disappearance. They part of her disappearance. Never seen her. She ain't never say anything else. So you don't know when someone knows someone else and know what happened. So I think a lot of people should kind of do these stories just to keep it out there, because if we don't keep it on the forefront, remember, it's happening to us. It happens to the majority of us and in certain demographic areas. So I checked this sister out, and she was saying that all the cases, 3 of the cases, Ella Good case, who I'm going to get to, Ella Good, Alexis Ware, and Ariana Taylor cases are connected. And I didn't think how, even though they were in different areas. And when she broke it down, she said, because they all are young Black women. And I thought, bingo. And it's happening to, hey, Dr. Cat, you on, baby? I got to see your oh, yeah, that's you. Oh, hey, Cat.
Hey, I'm gonna turn this cam off because I'm in the dark. But I just wanted to, first of all, thank you so much for bringing awareness to the community. I knew nothing about this case and the other one that you were talking about, but even though I didn't, it is a similar story that is happening in our communities. And this actually makes us react in a way, whether it's to cover our children and make sure they understand what's happening, and ourselves, and be preventive and protective. But also it's an opportunity to start making the authorities accountable.
Exactly.
Because it's these things always happen in our community. And I think that it's not going to change until the people in the community rally together and demand to be for this to be priorities, right?
Exactly.
Because they're not the priority in the community when people get missing, or people of color and of color. But the strangest thing is that I was talking to someone the other day about how we see ourselves in our own community, and how now people of non-color have put these different understandings in our head that we don't care about ourselves, so we don't do anything. I live in a certain part of the city, and first of all, mortality around Black folks and people of color is high, right? And the resources are taken out of our communities and applied elsewhere, and we do nothing about it. Exactly. So the resources we need to be able to make people aware, we should be having signs up, milk cartons, all kinds of stuff, and all, to be able to really navigate this space. But we don't band together, so we have to really start unifying. I said all that to say that.
Thank you so much for joining me, dear friend. So I read an article the other day, because, like I said, I wanted to do some of the homicide cases as well, but I didn't want it to get so dark that I focus on that, because Unfortunately, my heart goes out to those families. They are no longer with us. But if possible, we have some missing ones. We could bring them home. There will be closure for some people in a better way than, actually not having their loved ones ever see it, not being able to ever see their loved ones again. So it's said since the pandemic, there has been a serious spike in domestic violence and homicide. Now, a lot of cases that I have gone through is just that. It's domestic violence that ends in homicide and is on the increase. And so is trafficking, like you said. So is trafficking, and so is more missing people, missing women of color. Women of color. And they, like I said, they in certain demographic areas. Think about it.
Yeah, but and on a high note, I think this is an opportunity to put a action plan together in our communities and decide what we want to do to stop, to eradicate these particular type of things that happen. What happened to the Old Town Watch? I know when I was growing up, we had people had the yellow jackets on and walked up and down the street, and people, switched every so many days, and the community was a lot safer. And
neighborhood watch.
There was a person that walked with the kids to the school, and they alternated and picked kids up. We don't, we have to get back to community and really understanding what that is, because with this particular story, that, and like I said, this is the first time I heard of it. I just I heard all red flags from what you had presented. She was with people that she's not used to being with. You remember back in the day? I know you do. When we were with people we weren't supposed to be with, somebody would say, "What the hell you doing with that person?"
Yeah. Or when you have friends, true friends too, they didn't let you go off with nobody. Absolutely. They watched your drinks, but now people leave drinks. People give you something. Is a story that this girl did the other day, where the girl ordered some edibles. She ordered edibles, you guys. Her and her friend. Now she ordered the edibles through the mail. They came through the mail, I do believe. And this was over in not Jamaica. I gotta think of where. But anywho, she ordered the edibles. Her friend ate the edible, and she ate the edible. She eventually didn't make it from the edible. The friend did, to tell the story how they got the edibles, but she ordered the edibles, and the edibles was tainted. So they did make an arrest because the friend told where she had got the edibles from, and they traced it back to him, and he had dozens of edibles waiting to go, and some were tainted. So unfortunately, the young girl is no longer amongst us because she ate an edible. We have to be so careful when we go out and drink. Like, my spirit is telling me for some reason that this young girl was out somewhere and they slipped something in her drink. I don't know why. I believe they slipped something in this girl's drink. She became unconscious somewhat, and whatever took place after that. And then I could be wrong.
Yeah, but so many situations that have actually winded up, or the end result was death, was it never intended to be that, right? Someone did something, they gave them a Mickey, or they, wanted to scare somebody, rough them up, and then a freak of nature happened and they die.
Yeah, there you go. That's a possibility too. And I'm glad you brought that up, Dr. Cat, because I thought about that. Perhaps they were smoking something, drinking something, taking something, and her body didn't take too well to it. The unthinkable happened, and now we have to get rid of her.
Yep.
I thought about that too.
And that happens a lot, and people sometimes leave people, right? They could have been somewhere and that happened. They left them, and you just don't know what happened. Then somebody else came up on the scene, saw her, took her, had whatever,
did
and
whatever,
you don't know what has happened, right? So it's just,
I don't
I'm going
know.
hope for the best, and like you said, some closure. But I think this is an opportunity for us to start taking back our community. The craziest thing, I was also, I've been doing a lot of reading around people of color, especially Black women. And you and I work in the healthcare field. So when you talk about like women and Black women and us being the actual queens and the precious stones in our communities, in the lives, because and how we have been robbed, raped, and mishandled and disgraced from day one. And so we have to so we as our women, we have to come together and band and start saying we deserve to be treated highly more than we are. Because also, it's just so many things that has happened. Like in communities, I know I live over here in Southeast DC.
Don't be saying where you live, girl. Not on
Oh,
here.
well,
Don't be saying our profession.
Okay. Well, I live in a community that actually is more Black folks than so it's predominantly Black. And what happened is the local hospital has taken the OBGYN and the pediatrics out of the neighborhood.
They sure did.
And so now when our children get sick or there's an emergency, we have to travel. And most of the people in this particular community do not have transportation. They go by public transportation. So now that's an impediment to me getting to health care. And if I have emergency, so at the end of the day, a lot of cases where you talk about new mothers or mothers that are pregnant, they wind up having a higher mortality in terms of the birth of the children, and which lessens our birth rate.
Stop right there for a minute. When I talk about distractions, Dr. Cat, that's one of the distractions. We are burdened with so many distractions, and it's purposely done, especially in the suppressed communities, that we don't even see and realize that a lot of this shit is happening. That's why it's so important for some time to step away from the distractions, which is difficult to do because a lot of people, think about it, a lot of people in those areas are in broken homes. So you have moms working extra harder who leave their children to go to school. So you see somebody who's not so nice pick the kids, or people watch certain things, and so that's why I said it happens in a demographic area. And here's the unfortunate thing: our focus is lost, like this young girl.
Yep.
Now her they in this area. Who knows really what happened? I am only guessing. All this is alleged because I don't have any concrete proof. This is just what I know. But again, we're so distracted with other things. When you have a platform, and this is the stuff really you should introduce somewhat, you don't get as many eyes and ears as you should. You never know who's watching you. So they don't give us the airtime that we need, right? They don't give us the airtime on television. We saying they don't give us the law enforcement time and quality that we need in most of these areas. So we have to be the voice of the people. And that's why I did decide that, damn, I'm going to turn my direction here, along with some other things. But I'm going to keep these people on the forefront. I'm going to keep putting this out here, because people need to hear. You're not aware of it. You're just not aware because we have so many distractions. And those distractions are really done on purpose.
Oh, always. So this particular, when and I start thinking about close-knit communities, most of those particular towns, like where that young lady comes from, that's a close-knit community. Someone saw something.
Yeah, Gary, Indiana.
And so, so somebody saw something or something out of place. But more importantly, this is the craziest thing. When I heard what you said about the uncle drove past a woman that was stranded, walking in the opposite direction with kids in the car, and he didn't stop. But by the time he got to wherever he was going, which was probably 10 minutes down the road, he realized something had happened, and then threw it out there. So maybe it was her. But if he knew this woman, he would have known that was her.
Not only that,
stop.
A man from and I'm gonna say a real man would have told those kids, hold tight. Let me help this woman change her tire or see if she's okay. That's why I call bullshit on that one too, Kat.
Yeah,
That's
but
why I call BS.
come on. But he knew, but so this is
right.
So you talk, so now I gotta get my little slang, my
Go
colloquial
ahead.
talking, right?
Go
So this is got a
Uh.
nephew that got a baby by this woman that's now supposed to be missing. So has been in the family, knows this woman, probably know how she walk, talk, and speak. And you gonna tell me he rolled by somebody now?
Come
even
on
gets
now.
a second thought and say maybe it was
on,
her.
man.
Come on, man. He
Or
knew
was
that.
Unc at the club?
Right. So
or was Unc at the club?
See,
because me and you at the club, and these just scenarios we throwing out. You and I at the club. Charles walk up, right? We familiar with Charles, right? Right. Buy us a drink. Me and you ain't gonna never think anything of it because we know him,
right?
You know
exactly.
And all of a sudden you fall out. Like what the?
Yep.
Who would think that Charles did it? I would think, hey, maybe she just too intoxicated or something. What is going on? Unless I know me and him done say, hey, when Kat come, I need you to get Kat over here. I'm gonna buy her a drink. And then it'll go from there. And I go, okay, Charles. I'm just using, okay, Charles. So me and Charles in cahoots.
Yeah.
You get Kat to come to Club 4040. And then I'm gonna take it from there.
And and that's the thing, like
Charles.
that's the play. That's the play. And people and these young kids not paying attention, and always want to be seen and going places. And I even like the crazy thing is that I heard this young girl one day was like telling my daughter who was visiting, she was like, well, if you don't want to go, I'm going by myself. I was like, you going by yourself to a place up such and such. And she was like, I'll be good once I get there. Like you don't base your travel on I'll be good when I get there. I might know somebody. I said, these people, they take so many risks and think that and not think. They don't think.
Younger people. And then you think about it. The girl, okay, you know what my internet could, you know what? And they said the girl slayed at doing hair. She was known as a master braider. And I have a video, and I mean, those styles are nice. So this young girl might have had it going on.
Yeah, jealousy, man. Sometimes it's jealousy or
they
whatever.
Could have been jealous of her. But I ain't gonna say that
could be, could not be. But the thing is that I'm mad at and then for once you brought up the point about the contamination of the environment, that's old school. Old school will tell you put your hands on everything. So then when the police say something, you be like, oh, I touched that. That's my fingerprint.
And then nothing of the girls, like somebody said, nothing in the car, no blood in the car. Now, come on. If that girl had an impact in that vehicle, she would at least hit her head, or that pole would have came across and knocked her if she was driving that car. That's why that young chick who said that she was driving the car, you didn't drop her off her car and she got in that car, girl. Don't lie.
So if she had any kind of impact, this is another thing when you said about the tire track. But if the car was any kind of impact, I put in the chat, glass is going to break and it's going to be everywhere,
shattered from the impact.
Exactly.
So why is one side all damaged up like that and the other side?
And where's the glass at?
The glass is on it now. Check this out, on the driver's side.
Well, you know what happened then.
Somebody was knocking in her glass, beating in her glass. What you think?
So if it was on the driver's side, so let me tell you. So I got something to this now. Because let me tell you, it's funny you mentioned that because I had this guy. Well, I had a break-in in my house, and so the police came, and the police officer said, I want to take you around back and show you where the glass at, because they made it look like they came from the actual outside, they broke in through the window. So he asked me, what side is the glass on? I said it's inside the house. I said it's outside the window. It was on the outside on the ground side, right? He said, yeah, because whoever came in had a key and they kicked the window out to look like they came in that way. So when you
go ahead, what? Go ahead.
Right. So when you telling me that the glass was on the driver's side, it means somebody was inside the car and broke the glass to the left. Or out the driver's side.
Or somebody could have been banging. I just don't know. It's so damaged. The car is so damaged. It was, I don't know, like the detective said, the sheriff said, no way that somebody was even driving that car at 80 miles per hour.
So
he just don't see it possible. He said, I just don't, in his mind, he wanted to say, I think he did say he don't believe she was in that vehicle at all.
Because if she was what was the rate of speed?
80 miles per hour.
Okay, so I had a niece that died about 4 or 5 years ago. She was in the back seat and had a seatbelt on, and she was driving with two people in the front. When they were going 70 miles an hour, swerved, hit something head on, and she was projected out the front of the window. So at 70 miles per hour. So if somebody was going at that high rate of speed and she would have flew out the window, the front window. I already know that's science.
But yeah, that is true. The trajectory of it, but the impact. But hold on, now that you say that, the front of the car was smashed in. The driver's side was, but the passenger side was just fine. So you're right. If it would have hit like that, she would at least flew out the front window, and it would have been blood somewhere, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah, something ain't right. Something ain't right, Dr.
Yeah. Okay.
Right.
We the Hardy Boys. We gonna
but check this out. What I could do is send you, well, it ain't many links, but I'm gonna send you some videos, or either I'm gonna try to get one upload. Man, it take a lot of work for me. I'm new at this editing, and I got this nice editing application, but it's taking me some time. In the event of anything, I'm gonna get ready to get off here though.
Yeah, that's cool. That's cool. But I just had to jump on because
I'm glad you did.
We need more stories like this. Not only that, we need to talk through things so that people can understand other scenarios and be able to look at it and be able to protect themselves against some different type of situations that they could have avoidable situation. But also pull together a call to action in your neighborhood. Don't wait till people get missing. Start right now educating people. If somebody get after you, what are you going to do?
Exactly.
I always used to tell my kids, what you going to do? And I would act out scenes and whatnot. And yes, you have to be, and not only that, grown adults, because they snatching people that are grown adults.
And we don't pay attention. And I'm telling you, it's so much harvesting going on. And that's why. And when you think about that, and I'm going to close with this. When you think about something sophisticated happen that nobody could know of, that nobody see, is mostly higher up, people with power.
Girl. So, and when you said the thing about the harvesting, and this is just my last little piece, I went to Mexico. Cancun. This was pre-hurricane and all that. So you're talking about maybe 12, 15 years ago. Went there when harvesting was really not at its peak today. But anyway, I went there with some folks and found out some terrible history that had happened. No, it wasn't there. It was Aruba where I was at. I was in the Netherlands.
Oh, yeah, Aruba.
And what happened was these folks, I don't know where they were from, and I don't know what actually their ethnicity was, but they were out drinking, got drunk. And I want to say, I believe that they were people of non-color. I think they were white folks, and they got white boy wasted. But anyway, girl woke up in a hotel room and had her damn kidney missing, one of her kidneys.
Yeah, we got to be careful, man. We got to be careful when we go out, and drink, even as adults too. And I got to wrap this up. But listen, Dr. Cat, as well as I do, we've been out several times, right? And we do have a couple of drinks. Back in the day, we haven't been out lately. But anywho, you do know that a lot of times when you get up to dance, you don't cover your drink. You just tell somebody, "Oh, keep an eye on my drink." Now we do cover them. A lot of times you put a napkin over them, right? But that's not guaranteed that somebody can't slip something in there.
I don't come back to drinks. Rule number one.
Oh, okay. But and even when somebody buy you a drink, you know, if they buy you a drink and you cool with them, like we just went through that scenario, you never think something bad is gonna happen. We have to be more alert to our surroundings and what's going on. Things has changed so much. You're not really, unfortunately, you're not safe with anyone. And there's so many fake friends out here.
Well, it ain't even just the fake friends, because you're right about those.
And family.
And we know that, but and fake family, all that.
Yeah.
But one of the crystallizing things that I realized, that people are so busy being busy, they ain't got their own back. They ain't got your back. And then it be something like something happened and they be like, "Oh man, I wasn't even paying attention." Like, really?
That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Purposely, we are being purposely distracted. That's a part of purposely being distracted. We have our own lives. We're not even thinking beyond a certain scope because we're so busy trying to live and to maintain, especially in certain demographic areas, is much tougher on them. So they don't have the focus of really seeing what's going on. And I do believe that they are targeting, and I don't know because we see this case a little different. But when a lot of these women of color go missing, they are in a certain demographic area and they are targeting us.
They're in our own urban community. And the crazy thing is that sometimes it be our own people, because we used to, and people need to know their history. We've been selling each other out since we came from Africa.
A lot of times. Just think about it, you know. I thought about that too, Kat. I thought about, it's easy now with the struggles of a lot of people. They want the money so bad that they'll sell out their mama. It's easy in some cases for you to walk up to somebody and say, "Hey, listen, I give you 5 G's." Not even 5 shit. These young kids, not even 5 G's. "Hey, I give you a G. I just need you to get old girl down to the spot." Right?
Yeah. You right.
For less. For a G, it could be less. You're right, but I'm just gonna give it a G. But can you imagine somebody saying, "Hey, listen, I'll hit you up with 5G if you get old girl and do so and so," and they take it. This world is getting so wicked, so dark that, you know, we living in the end time. Well, I ain't gonna say that like the old folk, but we living in times that you just don't know anymore.
Girl, did you read in the paper, or was it in the paper, or was one of them news break things I got on the phone? 17 people died from drugs that was laced with fentanyl that they didn't know.
Fentanyl.
That they didn't even know.
See, I don't know, you know, we're gonna find out, believe it or not, with this case right here. This case is going to be solved. If they keep this out on the forefront and like that mama doing and stay on them, this case gonna be solved, because I think it was done by inexperienced people, but an experienced person helped them.
Yep, try to clean it up.
Right, there you go, Kat, clean it up. But the experienced person helped them, but the inexperienced person people are going to get scared.
Oh yeah, because you know
and
that whole interrogation. The interrogation process is to separate and divide, and be able to have these conversations, like if they have children with, you know, and the street ain't loyal no more. So you go to somebody, to the police, approach them, or the detective, and say, "Well, hey, they over there cutting the deal right now, and you got your kid, and you won't know, you know this crime carries a death penalty. You'll never see your kid again. You better make sure you get this in here and that confession down, or get this information to us, and we'll work it out with you. But you, who is what they call it, race notice. Whoever wins the race get the notice first. So you better hurry up and tell us what's happening, because they over here." You know, and that's what they're gonna do. They're gonna separate and they're gonna divide, and they're gonna
interrogate the hell out of them, scare them. And if that girl was shaking, if she any part of, and she was shaking when the sister and the friends was interrogating her, then then I can imagine when they put her in a room by herself, she telling on everybody and their mama. But Kat, I got to get out here, Dr. Kat, but good seeing you. So glad you joined me. I got to wrap this up, baby girl.
All right. Talk to you.
Love you.
Love you too.
All right. You know how to get down? Hey, all right, you guys. I know. I hope we didn't lose you guys, but I'm going to end with this. Ariana Taylor, 23-year-old of Gary, Indiana, is still missing. If anyone knows about her whereabouts, please contact the Gary, Indiana police. Things today was just speculation, entertainment, but not to do any hurt or harm or any more damage to Ariana family or loved ones or the community. It was really to bring awareness about another missing Black woman, and we don't have answers for it. And like I said, I'm committing myself to following some of these cases and getting them out on the forefront because it's happening too much. And again, they go by as cold cases. After a while, they go as cold cases. With that being said, Taylor is a Black woman standing 5 feet 6 inches tall and weighing 200 pounds. She was last seen wearing a red sweater, ripped blue jeans, and gym shoes. Anyone with information is urged to contact Gary Police Department. You can contact Detectives Mark Salazar. I'll put the information down in my link, or you could call the crime tip line or 911. Like I said, you guys, I believe just like her mom, there has been foul play in this case. The people, they know who did this. They know exactly what happened. And hopefully they will come and they will tell the truth and everything will be turned over to the police. The police will do a thorough investigating and we will have some suspects in hand. But right now, this was just alleged. I haven't spoken to these people. I haven't been to that location. This is all through social media, research, and news outlets. With that being said, thanks for joining me. And let me do my outro. I forgot. I haven't been here so long. Thank you guys for joining me. Hey, please share this video. If you're a content creator or even just someone and share the video. We never know. Like I said, someone dropped down today. I don't know who she was. She says he or she said they was from South Carolina and those people were involved. So with that being said, now listen, I won't forget this. If you see your king's crown crooked, help him straighten it up. If you see your queen's crown crooked, help her straighten it up. Speak life and wisdom into your princes and your princesses. They are our joint heirs. They are our future. They looking to inherit something. And I don't mean stress or struggles. As always, be a blessing, not a bother. It doesn't take you much to bless someone. Oh, this is loud. A simple hello, how are you? You look beautiful today. Can I buy you that cup of coffee? Oh, I'll open that door. Here's a couple of dollars to grab you a sandwich or some lunch. Oh, you have a radiant smile. You never know what someone is going through. It doesn't have to be anything monetary. Just that simple hello could brighten someone's day and prevent them from doing the unthinkable sometimes. We have so much going on in this world, you guys. Some people are right at the edge. And the slightest thing can tip them over, if you know what I'm talking about. So be a blessing to someone. It won't cost you much. And thank you so much for joining me. I will bring you part 2 to this story, an update. Hopefully it'll be a good update. And with that being said, peace and be safe. I am out of here.